In today's world, a woman have no choice but to be strong. A woman should cultivate the strength, independence, and confidence to create a fulfilling life on her own terms, standing as her own foundation. A woman also should always think of the big possibility that she will be living alone almost all her life. And yet, she should also embrace her grace, femininity, and capacity to nurture, and leaving room for a meaningful partnership when the right person enters her life. I want you to picture your character as fluid as water, because water is capable of flowing and adjusting and balancing strength and vulnerability without being confined to a space. Instead of being trapped in the rigid belief of, "This is just who I am," allow yourself the freedom to grow, adapt, and evolve. Water may be soft, but watch how it shatters stone. One wave at a time, it proves that persistence conquers strength. This world doesn't come with guarantees. Even marriage, once considered a lifelong commitment, and what God has joined together, let no one separate, now has a 50% chance of ending in divorce. And let's not forget that even the 50% who stay in their marriages aren't always staying happily or willingly. Many remain for the sake of the kids, financial stability, or because of societal pressure. Some simply lack the strength to take the step toward divorce. And those marriages that seem picture perfect from the outside, often they're far from it, sexless, loveless, and held together by little more than appearances. So, the failure rate isn't really 50%, it's over 70% when you consider everything. Though when you take these statistics into account, chances are you'll find yourself spending most of your time alone. To achieve strength, you have to establish financial stability and a tough mindset. And only then, you can open the door for that so-called savior, riding in on a white horse, or maybe even a black one. To achieve strength also, you should let go of acting on pure impulse or insecurity. While intuition and feelings can be powerful, relying solely on them can limit your growth. Many women place deep trust in their intuition and also believe their lives are shaped by destiny. Most women are often naturally romantic, spiritual, and deeply connected to the unseen forces they believe shape their lives. Concepts like destiny, serendipity, soulmates, astrology, and the mother of them all, that everything happens for a reason. They assign meaning to these moments, weaving them into their understanding of love and life. When you feel that is meant to be, it's most probably chance. When you feel instant connection with a charismatic man, that's most probably lust. And women throughout history have paid heavy prices after thinking that they have it good. But it's worth considering this. Relying on the unseen, whether it's spirituality, fate, or fortune-telling, was often romanticized, even cultivated by men. Men and religious doctrines as a way to shape, influence, and ultimately tame how women respond to life and accept their circumstances. In the Victorian era, spiritualism and séances became fashionable, especially among women. But behind the scenes, male writers, philosophers, and religious figures often romanticized women's spiritual sensitivity as a way to keep them tied to emotional, dependent roles, instead of allowing them to act with independence and logic. Take ancient Greece, for example. Kings and generals traveled miles to hear the Oracle of Delphi. But what sounded like a mysterious divine prophecy was carefully shaped by male priests behind the scenes, and then guiding entire nations while keeping women in roles of passive believers. Centuries later, in the Middle Ages, astrology and fortune-telling were everywhere. Yet the church, dominated by men, decided who could practice it and who would burn for it. Women who read the stars outside the church's control were branded witches, while men used the same practices to reinforce their authority. Let's recap. First, build your strength and protect yourself from being gullible. Second, embrace your femininity. It's your natural power. What is femininity? A feminine woman can draw any man by making his life feel simpler, offering comfort and cooperation, rather than challenge and control. And at the end, this ability to adjust between strength and femininity isn't a weakness, it's an advanced skill. It takes effort to read situations and respond with the right balance of strength and softness. But once you master it, it becomes a rare power, the art of being precisely what the moment requires. That balance is not just emotional intelligence, it's a profound expression of true feminine strength. That's the secret. True feminine strength isn't about extremes, it's about balance. The question is, are you ready to master it for yourself?